Imagine a police force so competent, they thought they could get away with an arrest that never should have happened. No warrant, no crime, no clue. But today, every second of their misconduct is about to be dragged into the light, because the auditor they tried to bully didn't just fight back. He walked into court and annihilated their entire case with one brutal legal move. And the moment the judge spoke, the officer's faces said everything. This isn't just this is a public dismantling of police power gone wrong. And trust me, you've never seen UK cops exposed like this before.
Public access in here.
Yeah, but I'm in a conversation with her.
I know, but this isn't a public access area, so you can just head out into here for me.
I'm in the middle of a conversation. This is so that I can have a private conversation. Yeah, but I'm having a private conversation with him.
Okay, you're not at the minute though, so if you could just head out here, because this is a private room. Thank you very much.
Sure. Right. What's your name again, sorry?
As I said, Tony.
Tony and Lucy, was it?
Yeah.
All right.
Correct.
And you're 8013.
7536.
And you want to know how I managed to get through there?
Yeah.
Why are you so curious about that?
See, are you not going to tell us? I
Restricted area.
mean, ultimately we can look at the cameras. If you can tell us, that would just be quicker for everyone involved, wouldn't it?
Well, I don't see what I need to tell you.
Okay, well we'll wait on it.
Why are you so curious about that then?
Because it's a locked room, that's all.
Maybe I've got superpowers.
Do we know who can access the cameras in the front office? Staff here don't know.
The officers reacted as if Brett had bypassed biometric scanners and high-security systems. Yet all he did was open an unlocked door with no signage whatsoever. In policing and premises law, that distinction matters. When there's no warning, no lock, and no barrier, a reasonable person has no way of knowing the room is restricted. Brett didn't force anything, didn't avoid any instruction, and didn't override any security. If the police expect an area to remain private, they are responsible for securing it. Something they failed to do. That's a procedural failure, not a criminal act. Their decision to escalate and check cameras rather than acknowledge their own oversight is exactly how the situation spiraled out of control.
Have you just come out of custody?
No.
No.
Well, I did go and see custody.
You want to go see her?
Yeah, I was just having a look
Did
round.
they help you?
Well, she opened the door for me. But I was having a look round.
I think we just need to make sure that this door is secure, that's really...
Yeah.
Because you're not committing any offences, so we just
No.
need to make sure that the door is secure, that's all. I wonder if it's just been left slightly...
But that's just a private room, isn't it? So you can have a private conversation rather than having a public one out
Get
there.
into it, were you? I'm out of the police station. Don't want you in the police station.
Why not? It's a public building.
I think you've got bail conditions not to be in them.
No, I haven't.
You've got a CBO condition, have you not?
No,
What have you got then?
nothing at all.
Calm down.
What's CBO stand for?
Human behavioural order.
No, I haven't.
My colleague's just going to get some details. And we'll work it out from there.
How are you? How can I not be allowed to go in a police station then? It's like not being allowed in a hospital if you had a road accident or something. If I've got business to be in here.
The male officer refused to let Brett re-enter a public police station based solely on, "I think you've got a CBO." He hadn't even confirmed it. The colleague checking Brett's details was still searching. Acting on a hunch and treating it as fact is unacceptable. You cannot deny someone access to public services on a guess, especially when Brett was simply waiting to speak with a specific officer he had already interacted with. A criminal behavior order is a serious post-conviction court order with strict conditions. You don't think someone has won. You must be certain. Getting it wrong means unlawfully restricting an innocent person's rights.
What's your business to be in there?
Well, I have got business to be in there.
What's your business?
I'm inquiring and following up about an illegal arrest.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, well that remains to be seen, doesn't it?
What, as to whether it was illegal or not? You know my name, do you?
Yeah.
Because obviously that gentleman in there, who's very polite actually and very helpful, he knows who I am. What would happen if I went in the police station then?
You'll be breaching whatever order it is that you've been given.
Well, I haven't been given any orders. When you get, just tell me how you get given the order, because as far as I know, there's no order. But how would it have been presented in some sort of document form, wouldn't it?
Usually, yeah.
And I'd have had a bit of paper or a bit of writing on there saying,
Or you may have been to court.
no, I'm been to court, only in jury service. I'm allowed in the police station until you can prove that otherwise, aren't I?
Brett ends up doing the officer's job for him, and his reasoning is flawless. If a criminal behavior order exists, it comes from court, it's recorded, and it's formally served. You would stand before a magistrate or receive documented notification outlining the terms. By calmly asking, how would I get it? Would I have been given documents? Brett exposes the obvious truth. If none of that happened, then there is no order or they have the wrong person. Before blocking access, the officer should have verified identity with full details, search the system for a live CBO under that identity, confirm the order's service and conditions. Professional standards require evidence-based policing, not speculation.
At the moment, no, because we don't want you in there just at the moment.
Why not?
Because we believe that you're breaching a community order.
Community order?
Yeah.
How else would the community order work then? So, for example, would it be for like antisocial behaviour or?
I believe so. I haven't seen the order myself.
Yeah, there would be. What I'm getting at is there would be a reason with there as to why you're not allowed to do something. Is that right? Yeah, and that would be down there as well. What sort of things could you be given that sort of?
There's a multitude of things.
Oh, go on. These are what I'm interested in. Hiya.
Hello. Can I just confirm your name is Julian?
Some people call me that. Yeah.
Okay, fine. Julian, the time is 1:15 p.m. I'm arresting you on suspicion of breaching your community protection order
I've got community protection
by being
order.
in less than 100 metres from a police station. I'm also arresting you on suspicion of being found in an enclosed premises. Do not have to say anything that may harm defence. You do not mention one question, something which later will lie in court. Anything you do say may be given evidence. Do you understand what that means?
Yeah.
So you're under arrest now, so you're not allowed your phone.
When the female officer asked, "Your name's Julian?" Brett answered honestly, "Some people call me that." That should have triggered a full identity check. Legal name, spelling, date of birth, and proper confirmation. Instead, she treated a casual nickname like an official identification and went straight to arrest. It was a catastrophic procedural failure. She arrested Brett for breaching a community protection order, then added being found in enclosed premises, a charge she herself undermined moments later. Nothing about her approach met basic policing standards.
We just need to make sure that this door is secure, that's really... Yeah. Because you're not committing any offences, so we just need to make sure that the door is secure, that's...
Brett was taken into custody like a dangerous offender. Based entirely on an identity the officers never properly verified. The moment he arrived in custody, the truth unraveled. The person the officers were actually looking for shared the same name and date of birth, but was not Brett. This alone shows how reckless the officers were. They arrested someone on a guess, with no proper checks, no due diligence, and no safeguards against misidentification. Then came the final embarrassment. They accused him of entering a secure area. Even custody staff had to acknowledge Brett's point. The door wasn't locked. It wasn't even secured. It was a public privacy room, meant for confidential conversations with staff. By the time custody realized he was entirely innocent, the damage was already done. An unlawful arrest, unnecessary pain from handcuffs, and a complete breakdown of professional standards from start to finish. Brett's response sums up the situation better than any commentary ever could. When someone asked how police, with all their modern technology, could arrest the wrong man inside their own station, Brett delivered the perfect answer. £7,000 in damages plus additional fees, totaling over £20,000. You don't pay out more than £20,000 unless the arrest is utterly indefensible. The officers didn't just make a mistake. They made a mistake so severe the only way out was quietly handing over taxpayer money and hoping nobody paid attention. What makes it even worse is how preventable it all was. Brett wasn't aggressive, disruptive, or sneaking around. He simply stepped into an unlocked, unlabeled privacy room the police themselves failed to secure. Instead of treating him like a member of the public waiting for assistance, they treated him like a fugitive. Even as a mistaken identity became obvious, the officers had multiple chances to pause and reassess. Brett asked reasonable questions. How would I receive this order? What documentation? Each one a glaring warning sign that they had the wrong man. But instead of stopping, they doubled down. One moment, the female officer admitted he had committed no offenses. The next, she handcuffed him for 2 offenses he didn't commit. The ending tells the whole story. A settlement exceeding £20,000 once fees were added, a payout police forces only offer when they know their position is indefensible. Brett received justice, rightly so, but the public paid the price for police incompetence. This case is yet another example of why competence in policing isn't optional. It's essential. Unlabeled privacy. In the end, the truth crushed their lives. The illegal arrest, him like a member thrown out. The officers, they humiliated in open court. Even as a mistake, Auditor, he didn't just win. He set a precedent that will haunt bad policing for years. This wasn't just justice. It was accountability delivered with precision. Remember, when power is abused, the camera becomes equalizer. And as long as auditors keep standing their ground, corruption never stands a chance.